All right guys, welcome back. So quickly following on from our F8 versus F9 video, Matty, we had to dive straight into the fitting off the F9 video. We saw massive ball speed improvements, the best we've ever seen, the biggest jump we've ever seen between two drivers that are performing well.
Yep.
The result, however, was exactly the same distance with actually better dispersion on the slow driver.
Correct.
Which tells us there's a big opportunity.
For sure.
So we need to then dive into, find you exactly the right shaft, head combination, weight configuration, however we need to get it to sit for you. So
yeah,
we wanted to just get straight back in there, didn't we? While you're swinging and loose and that sort of thing. So why don't we get some baseline numbers from exactly where we left off?
Sure.
We don't want to use the previous numbers. We want to start this as a fresh test.
For sure.
And then we can get to work to do our thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first one out there, nice little push straw. It's hanging a little bit on the left side, but it's long.
Fraction open, but
a lot of air time.
Yeah.
340.
Makes a great sound, this thing.
Yep. High middle, 15 launch, 2300 spin, 175 speed, pretty good.
Like, it shouldn't be smooth in anything 176.
No,
this thing is crazy, honestly. Just bad strike.
Look at that. Bad strike that flew 330.
Honestly, maybe they just feel worse than they are.
Yeah, there might be a bit of that. I mean, there's 175. High. Do you know what it is? It's when you missed that a decent amount. 12 mil high, 10 mil toe. It just retains the ball speed, and your launch conditions become slightly freakish. Higher with less spin.
Is that the face milling that would help you get more consistency?
More consistency on miss hits. That's exactly why they designed the face to be that way.
Okay, that's a good one.
Sounded good. Right down the pipe.
Hit
right over the stick.
Yeah, that'll be as good as I can strike it. Oh, it wasn't a freak. That speed's back.
Was that one hit? It sounded slightly low.
Yep, was for sure. Low on the face by a couple grooves. Oh! It's a fast swing, just not a good strike.
177 and it's low.
I like my ping, but it's not 177 on a low strike. There's just no way. I'm just feeling a little bit like I'm maybe just, is that going to go like 380?
That one was insane. I actually need to stretch the range back a little bit.
So I think when I time it well, the results are obviously good, but I am feeling like I don't know if it's the shaft getting a little bit behind me in the downswing or if I'm just not quite timing the strike right, but I'm getting in that high toe section.
See if there's any lead tape in the back and then those drawers.
Want to see another one?
Yeah.
Wish I hadn't left it open. That was good.
That was hit well, wasn't it?
That might be up there.
So I think some of the face, I've seen you leave the face open a few times with this. Is 181. You can really shift this this club head speed up as well.
Yeah, you can move this thing for sure. It's there. I think it's just it's a classic example of what you always say. It's got potential, but it doesn't feel.
It's not quite
right. Yeah. Are you happy with those as a baseline?
Let's see. So basically, what we're seeing with that is it's fast and it's extremely long.
Yeah.
It's just not quite the flight we want for you just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a variance. So if we look at the trajectories, we've kind of got these ones that are smashed, these ones that are missed, when really we want to live in between that.
Okay. With some low, some high.
Yeah.
Okay. Curious what you'll tweak. I don't think we fit a club for me in quite some time, have we?
No. So basically, what we can do in the just in the fit is obviously put the weight in there, but no, when we just measured this as 5 grams.
5 grams.
We know we need 5 more grams for the weight configuration. So we'll order that custom from Cobra.
Gotcha.
So that it's fixed. Or we could always hot melt it.
So you wanted the swing weight heavier and you wanted more weight forward?
I want head weight up a little bit.
Okay.
So we saw, obviously, the head weight prior was what,
198.
198. So now we can get it to 201. And I would say by the time, I mean, there's silly things like when you add, you add your washer, you add your, epoxy, all. I mean, there's wash. That's
a gram.
202.
That's crazy.
So, once you add all that, we can get it back to like 204 for sure.
That's the zone you want to live in.
Yeah. Right. Couple of little changes. So we upped the head weight to 202 from 198. So 4 grams in there. We've changed the shaft over to a shaft that is a little bit more tip heavy. So we're trying to slide that mass a little bit further down.
To bring the swing weight up?
Bring the swing weight up, the feel of kind of head. I mean, that thing, the black and yellow head, the black and red shaft, well, that's a combo. That looks mean.
Is this a fashion statement or a club fitting?
I don't know.
So it definitely feels heavier, no question.
Yeah, you can feel.
And we got a proper grip for me on here, which will make a big difference.
Golf Pride in there for you as well, which will help as the speed increases, just gain a lot more control. So.
Okay. So Acra 475 M5.
Yeah. Low in the head.
That's the warm-up swing.
Yeah, I would say 3 or 4 will be getting used to just the mass you have to play with now.
Yeah, it feels completely different. I like the fact that it feels heavier for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if I'm going to swing it a bit slower though.
Yeah, I think I thought that initially. Well, there's one that's back up there.
Oh, okay.
It was 177.
Right.
Club head speed 125. We know that's you and you're pretty quick.
Yep.
125 to 128 is your quickest range.
Right away, it feels more under control though. I'll say that much. It's toey. That's hit well. This is starting to feel a little bit more like my driver. I will say it feels a little heavy. I'm feeling a bit, I feel like I'm working a little bit hard.
Yeah, looks a little bit sluggish. Doesn't look as dynamic.
Yeah, I'm just I think I'm just
it's getting
doing
stuck
that.
behind you a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very different feel, but it's funny, that extra weight really gets behind me, eh? It's weird. So I think that improved the quality of the strike quite a bit.
It looked like it was more centered.
Yeah.
Looks like you could find it a little easier.
100%. I suspect I know what you're up to with that. I suspect you were going a little extreme in one direction.
Trying to just go as heavy as we can.
Yeah, and see what you can do. Yeah.
So basically the swing weight on that one, when I measured it, I was like, oh, even I was surprised. Like it was D8.
Oh, so it was really heavy.
It was really heavy.
Yeah. Interesting though. Very, very different feel.
So what does this feel like initially?
Light. Light,
but now it feels light.
Feels light, but it feels stable.
Okay.
So I'm curious how this will fly. Ooh, I like that.
Hammered.
I like that a lot. Okay, what have you done?
Higher balance point.
Okay.
Taking some weight away as well.
Yep.
So just trying to kind of get the face able to close over a little bit more. So from the previous one, I couldn't see that head sort of squaring up. So we're leaving lots of shots down that left side. So
yes,
although it was quick and launch conditions were fine, we just couldn't get that face to path relationship that we really, really wanted. So trying to just change that, flatten the flight a little bit.
Yep.
That one came in at 103, which is fairly flat. If we can live in around 110 feet,
okay,
it'd be perfect.
That's just me striking at that.
Low on the head, but
yeah.
Tell you what, if it looks like that on a miss, we're fine.
I'm liking the balance of this so far.
Right. Well, I'm curious to run over in a second and swing weight this one and see what that changed it to from just the balance of the shaft.
From being D8, yeah. Because you left the head weight the same?
Mm-hmm. Can we just call this thing the Beast? Can we?
You want to name it?
So that's D4 4.5, which is...
It's good, right? I actually think that was better than the first one.
That's really nice, Matt.
That might be the best shot I hit today.
Ridiculous.
I really like how this balances.
347 on the center line.
It's the fastest one, 181.1.
So there we found that initially the first one was quite good. It was 327 carry when we tried it, but again, same with the Kuro, we're hanging out in the left a little bit. We couldn't quite square it up. This is a slightly better flight now, coming round to that 110 that we're really shooting for.
I loved the look of that sort of slightly left, balanced amount of spin, draw back to the center. That's
Lovely
like
little push draw.
That's my dream on the golf course, to see that. So this is Fuji Tour Spec Black?
This is Cameron Champ's
This is what he uses?
He used the first edition, so this is the new version of Cameron Champ's.
I've not tried this shaft before.
No.
It's a little low in the face.
A little low in the face, but similar flight. Still going to go.
It's not going far offline, is it?
Ball speed should still be what, 177-ish, 176 maybe.
Look at where that strike is.
178 on a low strike.
A stinky strike. Like, that was low, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. This might be the new low strike king. We'll have to test the flash again.
No question.
Because that's craziness. That's really good too. Squeezed it a little bit, but
yeah, quite
really
flat. But it's
certainly wouldn't blame the club. I just got a little, I guess, lower in how I delivered it. But
you've literally hit 2 on that white line that runs through the middle.
That's even faster.
Yep.
181.6. This is nuts, dude. Should I give it a bit to see how it holds up?
If you can tee a fraction higher and go after a couple, I think we could see some that fly ridiculous distances. I'm going to extend the range a little bit. We are running out of room.
It's quite amazing. 3 different shafts so far. And I know you changed the head weight as well, but the differences in how I could swing the 3, completely different.
We had a little conversation off camera there about the club fitter's ability to kind of manipulate delivery through what he puts in the player's hands. We have these discussions, about do shafts do anything and that sort of thing. And, when we know, guys like Crossfield have his point on it and stuff where he doesn't see that much difference for him personally. I think if he lived in this world like we do a little more, he would really start to see the benefits of it. But he's just given his first-hand experience, which is fine. But this is a perfect example of 3 completely different shafts that are producing different deliveries.
That's the most I've ever felt my golf swing actually be changed by weight and balance point and stuff like that. It was significantly different. Okay,
all right, so we're going to tee up a little bit more. We're going to try and give it some.
Okay.
How's that one hit?
Pretty well. A little heel side, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I think I swung fast, but probably didn't match up the strike.
352, 182.4. I mean, we're into...
So, like, the thing can just keep getting faster,
We're basically into PB, sort of, personal best. Ball speed-wise, have you...
That's my personal best, yeah.
Yeah, you've never been faster.
The fastest previously was, like, 181. Once. That should actually be better. That might be the best shot I've ever hit. Go! Fly!
This is obscene.
Okay, what's that number?
184.
Come on.
184 ball speed, 13 launch, 2,000 spin.
That's legitimately the best drop I've ever hit in my life.
I'm going to send that one. I mean, that is obscene differences. I mean, that's 10 miles an hour from where people are used to seeing you. On good ones.
For sure. So I would say, yes, the aerodynamics for sure are probably helping a couple miles an hour, but the fact that you fit in the shaft, I think I was able to swing, personally, I was able to dial my swing up faster. And then the head itself is clearly very, very high in ball speed, just of its, its own kind of design.
You're averaging 109 height with this one, so we've kind of managed the launching. Yeah, it was right where I wanted it. We're managing launch and spin well enough. You've got such excess in ball speed that's creating enough kind of velocity and lift. Launch and spin are where we want it. I mean, 330 on the fly as an average is obscene.
It's new, yeah. That is new.
I mean, this is a whole different level. That last one, Matty, flew 338.
That is definitely a personal best by a long shot.
Yeah. All right. I mean, we could dive further into the fit. It's not going to get better than this.
I don't think it gets any better, does it?
It doesn't. It just
really
doesn't. Yeah. I mean, unless we started seeing it do something squirrely where we wanted to kind of stay on the right, those characteristics, and maybe change it. I mean, Tennessee Orange could be an option now.
Could be, yeah.
If we're going to go, because this is higher balance point, not as Tennessee Orange is higher balance point, but it could be an option. But I just don't think you're going to.
This, quite honestly, is the first thing I've hit since you fit me for my driver that feels better. This is the first time.
Well, and we can disclose you're playing with a bit of an injury. I'm so curious what this thing's going to be like in the summer when you're playing some golf and you're feeling 100% healthy. What does that look like?
The speed potential is definitely there.
We talked earlier this morning about maybe we can start thinking about 185. We just did.
Just about almost did it, yeah.
We just did think about it, so.
All right, well, let's leave it on that high, shall we?
Yeah, we'll go and measure the swing weight on this, guys, because I'm curious as to see what that actually went to.
We've added a little bit of weight.
We've got some added weight, another 4 grams into the head that we put in there. Fujikura Pro 2.0 Tour Spec. There is a regular version. This is the Tour Spec, the stiffer tip.
This is stiffer?
Yeah, very high balance point, stiffer tip. Very, very stable while kind of obviously keep bringing the weight down a little bit. So that for you was helping the face to close over a little bit.
It felt great. I didn't even hook any with this, which is a joke. That always happens to me.
That's the magic, isn't it? When you can turn it over, but you don't worry about the right side of the fairway. So.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty eye-opening, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty interesting for me, that's for sure. I didn't think this would have that much in it.
No. The true test of it, I think, is, well, for me personally, how hard can I go at it and still get a good result? And so previously there was a threshold with this where any harder and I started to get whatever result that wasn't great. Sure. But that's as fast as I've ever swung, and I struck it, really, really well. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we might have a new favorite.
It definitely
it's crazy.
Needs to go in the bag. That one needs to go in the bag.
And we still have like 5 drivers we haven't even tested this year.
I know. It's
going to be hard to beat, but
very hard.
We'll try.
Well, we know with you, it's always a blend of having enough launch and maintaining spin. We know how hard a time you have when it's sub-zero or M3 last year, which will be M5 this year.
Yep.
We know we struggle with this. This has such a balance, very similar to the G400, where it has enough launch and spin to keep it in the air long enough.
That's a good point.
So it's excellent.
All right.
This was a bit of fun for us, guys. I mean, obviously Matt's speed is exceptional and that sort of thing, and you guys will, maybe kind of question how valid and how relevant it is to you guys, but all we're showing is potential upside in the ball speed. It's always the primary for me. Anytime I'm looking at trying to improve someone's, especially driver numbers, I'll always look at that as the primary, then I'll start to dial in the numbers and the accuracy. But if I don't see any ball speed from it, the likelihood is it's just not going to be a better driver.
Because that's your energy transfer kind of measurement and a factor of how well the ball is going to come out off the face.
Exactly. If we don't improve on that particular factor, unless we have a real wide dispersion or something like that, but normally we'll chase that one down first and then we'll build upon it to make a really straight, really playable driver, and that's exactly what that is for you.
So Al's going to hit this in the next couple of weeks?
Yep, so Al's ball speed, I mean, we might see Al probably reaching some PBs as well.
Get to 150?
Yeah, he's kind of a high 140s guy. He might sneak it up into the kind of mid 150s, maybe the low 150s would be great. See what that does for him. He's been working on his swing, so he'll be keen to try this.
I think everybody should be keen to try it.
Yeah, and we had Lindsay Knowlton on the channel last year.
Yep.
Lindsay's going to come back and do some testing for us, which will be great. So Lindsay's swing speed's in the kind of low to mid 90s. Really great sort of comparison for a lot of the viewers, I think, who are looking for that distance. Maybe used to be 100, but now slowing a little bit. But
she's very consistent. Wow, that's an understatement. She's extremely consistent.
She is the female Iron Baron.
She is.
That's for sure.
More so than me, for sure. All right.
Okay.
More to come,
guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.